Bob Schnelker comes up to him. It's like, what the hell are you doing out there, Tommy? I called the play. If I call a play, I want you to run it. And Tommy goes to him, hey, I'm not getting killed for you. If I go out there and I see that the Bears they're going to run a 4-6 blitz, they're bringing 250-pound running or linebackers. They're blitzing both of them up the middle. I have one like 180-pound running back.
Welcome to Skol Chat. We are a group created by four guys for the love of the game, specifically for our favorite team, the Minnesota Vikings. We are four fans who get together to discuss all aspects of the team. We have room to add a couple of you at a time during our airings and would like you to join us in our chat. Although the game may only last a season, the desire for the game and the team is year-long. Please hit the subscribe button, follow us on YouTube, and give us either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on your experience, and leave us a comment. If you'd like to join us during the show, contact us at the email link provided below.
Welcome to Skol Chat 47. This week we're going to have Viking story time. We're going to talk about a story from Pete Briscoe from CBS about the NFL top 100 players. We'll talk about some more Diana Rossini, I guess garbage is what I called it. And then a Lions player recently found himself into trouble. And then for sure Tom has to do his win-loss predictions for the Vikings games for the upcoming season. And we might get into more. What's that?
We lost all the
Well,
report.
we took the liberty of filling in a couple for you that we knew you'd pick them. Yeah. So we'll talk about it when we get to it. But we'll also talk about some more stuff if we have time. But before we get into too much stuff, like, subscribe, hit the stuff, do the things. Look for our stuff on, I guess, Instagram Shorts. I haven't done that in a while, but Spotify, we should be up to date there. We got full podcasts, audio and video. And with that, let's dig into it, and we'll start with Viking story time. So, and I think Dad might know more about this, but like, who was like before Brett Favre, like, the quarterback gunslinger, who would be the quarterback gunslinger that the Vikings had? And we've talked about him in the past.
Or Brett Favre, huh?
Gunslinger.
He had he liked to drive and get pulled over, possibly after a night at the pub.
Oh, God, Tommy Kramer.
Yeah, Tommy Kramer. So he considered himself a gunslinger. So back in 1986, in a game against the Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Bears just won the Super Bowl in 1985, and they had the Buddy Ryan defense, the 4-6 defense. So they were still pretty good. They hadn't lost too many people. But in that game, in one drive, Tommy Kramer audibled 5 consecutive times to the same play. So basically, in 1986, they're playing the Bears at Soldier Field. And I guess I should say that Jerry Burns was the head coach, and the offensive coordinator at the time was some guy named Bob Schnelker. Never heard of him in all my life. Schnelker. So he calls the play, and this play is I write 5-17 Z comeback. And I guess the play is the strong side wide receiver runs like a 10-yard comeback. The weak side receiver is supposed to run a 20-yard dig route, which that sounds familiar to us because that's what KOC loves, those backside dig routes, and that's what they sit there and take so long to develop. Well, that play came in, Tommy Kramer called it in the huddle, went up to the line and saw like they were in some like Bears Eagle blitz. He read the defense, saw that they were coming. So he audibled to a 970. That's the play he called. 970s was his audible. So he threw the pass, he made about 12 yards. And so they get back to the huddle, and the next play that comes in is the same play, 5-17Z comeback. So he calls the play in the huddle, gets back up to the line, same defense. So again, he audibles the same audible, 970. This time he throws to the weak wide receiver and makes some yards. So it happens 3 more times. The same play comes in, gets up to the line. Hey, he audibles out of it because it's the same defense. So they would have scored a touchdown, but the pass hit off the tight end's hands. And at the time, the starting tight end would have been Steve Jordan. It would have been his rookie year. So I can't imagine him missing the ball. But according to Tommy Kramer, they missed the pass in the end zone to the tight end, so they had to kick 3 points. So he's going off to the sideline, and Bob Schnelker comes up to him. It's like, what the hell are you doing out there, Tommy? I called the play. If I call a play, I want you to run it. And Tommy goes to him, hey, I'm not getting killed for you. If I go out there and I see that the Bears they're going to run a 4-6 blitz, they're bringing 250-pound running or linebackers. They're blitzing both of them up the middle. I have one like 180-pound running back that's trying to block both of them. I'm taking a 10-step drop and waiting for a guy to run 20 yards downfield for a dig route. I'm not doing that. I'll give you my helmet and my shoulder pads, and you can go out there and do it.
Makes sense. It does.
So the story is like he's a gunslinger. He's gonna stand up for himself. He's not gonna take off of anybody. But yeah, no, I haven't really seen many clips of him. What I have seen, and again, that's just from the '80s NFL. It's like slow and plodding, not like it is today, where every play seems to be a pass. But I wanted to kind of, because I mean, now I guess he came out a few years ago. He says he's clean and sober, and he said he wouldn't ever, stop drinking. But I guess he's clean and sober. But then he came out in last year, I think, and announced he has dementia. So, but he said he's not going to stop going to meet and greets. He's still going to meet with fans, even throughout it. So, hopefully he does well. And I could have made, could have talked about some, crazy story like I talked about, and I brought it up about him getting pulled over on like I-94 or whatever it was. There's plenty of stories like that, but I want to kind of talk about a funny one or a good story where he audibled 5 times in a row. I wonder if JJ did that in the game, what KOC would do.
I think he ought to try it. I hope he, gets wind of this.
He should. Here's a little throw or a little picture of the Tommy Kramer, the gunslinger. Anything else about Tommy you wanted to bring up? Tommy Kramer, Dad? Anything you remember?
I can remember some great plays he made. And I know his first few years, it's like, yeah, well, we got a chance with him. And then it seemed like he wasn't so good. And that's when found out that he started drinking and he was having, drinking issues. But, he was a good quarterback. I would put him, up there. And it was our quarterback. It's not like, waited for another quarterback not to get resigned or, whatever. He was, a rookie and whatever from the get-go. So, yeah.
I mean, the one clip I did see of him was, I think it was like 1980. It was at the Metropolitan, and it was a Hail Mary against the Browns to Ahmad Rashad. They caught the touchdown or whatever in the last play of the game and helped them clinch the division. And then, of course, Ahmad Rashad went on to become the host of, was it Inside the NBA or something like that?
I don't remember, but yeah.
I don't either.
We can move on. I will wish a happy birthday to the Gangster. He is the Gink. He's 31. So
He's 31?
Yeah, still a young pup though, right?
Yeah. He's a neighbor, down south there in Iowa. That's where he's from originally.
Yeah, where did he go to school? Did he go to school and did he play at a smaller school or was Wisconsin?
I don't remember, but yeah, I'm trying to remember the town that he was born, raised in. In fact, that's where his home is. So
it's something round. Is it Round Lake? No.
It sounds familiar. When I was driving truck, it sounds like I went by there, went through there, or something. Yeah.
Oh, it's Rock Valley.
Rock Valley, yeah.
And I guess he started out at University of South Dakota and then played for the Badgers. Maybe? I don't know. It's got University of Wisconsin-Madison on here, so that would be the Badgers.
Yeah.
So moving on, Pete Briscoe, and I should have double checked the spelling on that. He came out with his top 100 players. The only Viking that's on the top 100 player list is Justin Jefferson at number 8. There's another analyst on CBS Sports that says that Justin Jefferson isn't even the second best receiver in the NFL. I guess he's saying that he's maybe the third best behind Jamar Chase and Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he's claiming that 8 is too high for Jefferson. And he says that both the Jamar Chase and Jackson Smith and Jigba had issues at quarterback too. So that because they're producing with, well above 1,000 yards, he's not as good as them. But what are your thoughts on that?
What is that guy talking about? Because Lamar Chase, he plays for the Bengals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the quarterback?
Well, he had Joe Burrow. And then Joe Burrow, when he was hurt the last couple of years, he also had, what's his face? The old guy. But he was still throwing darts. Flacco. Yeah. So he had Joe Flacco throwing him darts and
then
scoring a ton of points.
Yeah. Well, then Jimma or whatever his name. What's his name again?
Jackson Smith and Jigba. Yeah, and he had Geno Smith, and then he had Sam Darnold.
Yeah, there's, shit. Gino wasn't, to me, all that great of a quarterback, although he played well for the Seahawks. And had Sam Darnold. What do you mean? Sam Darnold can throw the ball.
Yep.
So, yeah, that guy's off his. I don't give a shit what that guy says.
The ball's got to come to you in order to catch it in the first place. So,
True, it was rough going last year.
I mean, you did have a couple of drops,
He
but
did.
Yeah, and I still think with good quarterback play, and hopefully we'll see it this next coming year. Yeah, I think he could break, if he has great quarterback play, he could break, Calvin Johnson's single season
Season record.
receiving record. Yeah. And he was close with Kirk Cousins. And of course, Cousins didn't always throw. I don't know. He just didn't have like the attack at all times. He kind of sat back, and would dump off maybe when he shouldn't have sometimes.
Yeah.
Like we saw against the Giants in the playoffs. But again, playing the devil's advocate, if we have good quarterback play and has another down season where he barely gets 1,000 yards, maybe it's time for that conversation where he's not an elite receiver in the NFL anymore. Again, he's still young enough.
yeah.
Well, you also got to take a look at it. Okay. If you got Jordan Addison out there and Hawkinson,
John Jennings.
yeah, well, then there was also,
Speedy Naylor last year.
yeah, Naylor or the running back, Aaron Jones. You got them other that can receive, and if Jefferson is crowded or whatever, and the quarterback doesn't have the faith that he's going to be able to break for the pass, they're going to throw to whoever else,
Yeah.
Well, that's going to interfere with how many yards he gets,
Well, and I would say that if he's bracketed, if he's getting doubled, then somebody else has to step up and actually start catching some passes, and that didn't happen either. Because if that happens, they start, somebody else starts, making plays and getting catches, they're going to have to stop doubling and bracketing. Otherwise, they're just going to get, picked apart. So
Yeah.
it's up to the rest of the team to open it up for Jefferson. And who knows, maybe after last year, maybe they won't do that as much. They won't be bracketing him or having a, double with the safety high over the top. But again, a little bit on KOC too for getting stuck in his play calling ways. And that we talked about that 20-yard dig across the middle. I mean, people are looking, they're watching for it. So
Yeah.
that was the bread and butter over the past few years. So I also saw, and I wasn't even thinking about talking about it. They're linking Hopkins to the Vikings too. There's talk about him being signed closer to training camp or closer to the end of training camp.
Who?
What's that?
Who was that?
Hawkins.
Hopkins?
Hopkins.
Oh, what am I? I'm drawing a blank on the first. DeAndre Hopkins. There we go. He played with Kyler in Arizona for a few years. He played with the Ravens last year, but he catches like a catch a game. I mean, all he does now is he's a red zone threat. He's like a specialist, comes on the field for, when you're in the red zone. And I mean, he's a decent blocking receiver too, since he's so big. So have him, Deshaun Jennings on the field with Hawkinson and maybe Oliver. That'd be a pretty good red zone.
Well, it sounds good.
Or even have,
Feasible.
have him to be the jump ball expert, Juwan Jennings do other things, and then Jefferson be a threat underneath, under crossing routes or whatever he needs to do. But again, I'm just throwing it out there. I doubt it's going to happen, but I mean, having more threats or more weapons on the offense isn't going to hurt. But again, he's not what he used to be.
Right.
There's been some Diana Rossini garbage in the news again. You kind of know the story too. Do you want to talk about that? What you've heard, Dad, or anyone else?
Well,
I mean,
what
the
I
scoop
heard
is-
was that she got pulled over and she went on about but she was a reporter for the NFL and she just got back from whatever, and the firing of somebody and what.
Yeah, the Sean McDermott, the head coach of the
Yeah.
Bills.
So she went on that the police officer that pulled her over, and she apologized for being on the phone, but whatever. So she asked him who was the Giants or the Jets his favorite. Which one was his favorite team? He goes, "I'm a Vikings fan, unfortunately."
You always, Unfortunately, you always have to add that in there.
So, anyways, then she was talking about, yeah, she got O'Connell on texting him, talking to him right now, and text to O'Connell and whatever, and showed it to the police officer and whatever. And during the conversation, she told the officer that the quarterback sucked, and the officer told her, get a warning, whatever. And was a reporter from whatever outfit that was digging into it that dug up the story, so. But yeah, now everything is being brought up. Okay, there's something going on between her and O'Connell. Well, I think she got all the coaches,
Yeah.
it's not just a few of them. I think she was trying to be in touch with all of them. And
Yeah.
so I don't.
Come on, if you want to be the one breaking news reports, you have to try,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yep,
it's
you have
always
to
it always reminded me of like a salesperson. Like you got to get the contacts, you got to cold call, you got to, and I could never be that person that would annoy somebody or just and not care because you can't care if you're going to get sales. That's what you have to do.
Oh yeah, they do that a lot at car lots nowadays. It's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, you go in, take a look at a car, and they're calling you the next week to 2, 3 weeks. Or if the car sells, they're still calling you. Hey, we got this new thing on. It just came in on the lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then so I guess like I was talking to you guys earlier, I kind of was watching Realistic Randy, and he kind of brought up the clip about her. And I can't remember what radio show it was on, but she was telling the story, and she totally embellished on the story and said she found out, who the fan of, yeah, the officer was a fan of, and she FaceTimed the coach, and the coach got her out of the ticket. But yeah, like why completely embellish the story? Why even bring it up in the first place?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But it just shows you like the morals or it's kind of questionable. I guess who hasn't though, right? The fish was this big, right? I don't know, but I've never done something like that where I don't know. It just
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, it's unnecessary.
Weird news. So Terrion Arnold, the cornerback for the Lions, was just recently released because he was, I guess, arrested, charged for 4 counts of armed robbery and 4 counts of kidnapping.
Oh wow.
Supposedly, some guys, he was renting some Airbnb, and it must be like a long-term rental. I'm not sure why you would rent an Airbnb for a long term, but that's what he was doing. And a bunch of people were staying at this house. And so supposedly somebody stole some stuff from the Airbnb and he thought it was these 3 people. So him and his buddies came up with a plan. And according to the police, he was, this Terrion Arnold was the mastermind. And so he had his friends hide in some closet at some house, and they lured these late teenagers, they're in their late teens, over to this house, because there was girls there, and of course, teenagers, girls and whatnot. So these guys hid in the closet until the guys showed up, and then held them at gunpoint and beat them up for a while, and then they were live streaming it to Terrion Arnold the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh
And
boy.
so then, and then, yeah, so then, and so, but the Tampa police came out and it's like, yeah, these guys weren't even involved in the theft of the property that they were beat up and held at gunpoint for.
Oh boy.
So, needless to say, Terrion Arnold will never play in the league again. And who knows? I'm sure this will be some plea deal, or it'll be instead of the 4 counts of each, maybe 1 count of each, and he'll serve time or whatever it may be. But it is in Florida, so who knows? But yeah, just to ruining your career
Yeah, no shit.
and think you can get away with like doing something like that. Like,
Yeah.
is this like Grand Theft Auto? What is it? It's not a video game. It's not a movie. It's real life. I'm not sure, but anyways, that's the stuff. That's the type of stuff you hate to see.
Yeah, especially for a young guy that got a chance of,
Set himself up for life.
Making
Well,
the
it doesn't sound like he was fiscally responsible though. Like long-term renting an Airbnb and having
Right.
random.
That's what happened to a lot of them, though.
Well, yeah. Just like Warren Sapp. He's completely broke. Was an analyst or was it on TV and stuff like that, and then he lost his job, and now he's claiming bankruptcy and all that stuff. And yeah, it happens to a lot. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
when you're making millions of dollars, it's easy to spend, but I mean, you spend it or it goes out just as fast as it comes in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets to be a norm.
But that's kind of a downer. Like I said, hopefully learns from it. Hopefully after this, like he turns his life around, and I don't know. But with that, it is time. It is Tom's prediction time.
Well,
You got your own banner.
Hey,
My own banner.
he was wearing his Larry the Cable Guy shirt before he came on. He said he better change it. I said, well, we can do a Larry the Cable Guy edition,
What we're talking about is the good old cut off sleeves, so you get plenty of airflow in your shirt when you're outside working in the sun.
See, I know there's because he did they went on and there's was it Bill Evers? Who was that? Like, here's your sign.
Oh, yeah.
There's that guy, and then there was Ron White. It was I got drunk in a bar and they threw me out into public.
Yeah.
He's got they call me Tater Salad.
Yeah. I love those guys.
Yeah.
Well, it turned, and you thought he was drinking the whole time, but I guess he doesn't drink at all in real life. But he's on stage and he has looks like he's drinking like a hard drink or a mixed drink or something. Yeah.
I always thought he did.
No, I saw a couple of interviews. He's like, no, that's just an act.
Really?
So yeah, of course. And then Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah.
I could have died, or even worse. So what? But why? What's the Larry the Cable Guy thing? What's he got other than being in cars?
Always wears cut off sleeves.
Yeah.
Yep. Always has no sleeves on his thing.
But did he have a saying or a phrase or?
Get her down.
Well, that's what it is. Get her done.
Yeah. But he's with all those guys. He does comedy with all those guys still.
Yeah.
Well, he came out with a couple movies where
Yeah. And Larry the
they got out of the bed, staggered and went to the bathroom. Now, this is the beginning of the movie. And that's when they started with all the whatever, and there he gets in the shower. All you see is yellow water down the drain.
He was taking a shower with his cut off flannel shirt.
And he was Tow Mater on what the heck?
His Cars. Yeah.
Oh, pretty good.
I haven't seen him in a while though. Well, it's time for Tom to get her done.
Get her done.
I just have a rough pick on who I think's gonna win, and so
Well-
top of the list. I didn't include preseason. I just started off with our first game with the Packers. I think the Packers are gonna win that game.
Oh gosh.
You
So
know,
they're gonna start out 0-2
possibly.
teams? Because they play. That's a home game with the Packers.
Yeah,
You're
but
still picking Packers,
sometimes
huh?
we get nervous, and we'll see how our mechanics jive this year for the beginning of the year. Who's quarterback and how well our receivers work with our quarterbacks.
All right. So you're picking the Vikings to lose the home opener. Okay.
Yep,
Uh,
rough one, huh? Not having a loss against the Bears.
Yep. I already got that penciled in for you.
No, you didn't.
I do too.
We knew you were going to pick the Bears.
Do I get a prize for the correct answer?
Man, I can't.
You'll get a point if you show up.
These are just wild predictions, So now I got the Buccaneers. We're gonna lose against them.
What?
I just got to prove it. So I'm just going to put this on the screen real quick. But yep, I already had you penciled in for a loss against the Bears. So I already had it there. I already have you already picking the last game of the season against the Bears as a Vikings loss too. Just so I got you there.
No, the last game of the season I picked us to win.
Oh, okay. He's throwing us for they're going to win. It's Soldiers. No.
Way by then.
Then
So
I got
are they playing one last season in Chicago, or are they going to move to Indiana this year? No, they'll be in Chicago this year. I don't think they can move until a year or two from now. Yeah, because they still got to build a stadium up. They're building one.
yeah.
All right, so they got a Sunday 3 p.m. game at the Buccaneers.
Yep.
3 p.m. on Fox. Who's winning that game?
Buccaneers. They
Oh,
were pretty
boy.
close with us last year.
1-3 already, huh?
Yeah, this is somebody who might get fired soon.
Oh,
I hope we don't lose another quarterback.
Well, we should have plenty of them on the roster. Dolphins, October 4th, another 3 p.m. game, Sunday on Fox.
Yep.
Are they going to get the first win? Are they going to break the seal?
They are. We're gonna win that one.
All right, so let's see how well they go into the bye. So at the Saints, it's a noon game on Fox on Sunday.
Oh yeah, they're
Are we
barely
beating
gonna
this?
be awake. The Saints will just be getting up. So then moving on to the Colts. I have us taking that for a win also.
All right, so 500 at the Lions.
The Lions, I think the Lions are going to win.
All right, a Monday night game
Yep.
against the Bills.
I have them for a win also.
Bills are going to the win?
Yeah, the Bills are going to win. They're going to come back this year.
All right, so at the Packers.
We're going to have to win that one no matter what. even if
Well, I mean, right at this point, they don't.
no, they
They'll
have
be 3-6.
I think he's using Quasi analytics right now.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so
you got to make it interesting. I mean,
I guess well, it wouldn't be the Vikings if it wasn't interesting. They gotta make it harder than it has to be.
we didn't even expect last year to go the way it went. We saw a way better outcome for them last year.
Were you? I just gotta ask. Were you talking with your coworkers at work,
No,
and they
no.
kind of?
No, they're all Packer fans.
I know that, but I mean, you're talking like a Packer fan. I mean, you got no Kool-Aid. You're not drinking the purple Kool-Aid like we did. But okay, so 49ers Sunday night game. Who's winning? It's a home game for the Vikings.
That will be us.
And I can't remember. It looks like a home game against the Falcons.
All Falcons are definitely going to win.
They got issues deciding who their quarterback's going to be too. So
Hey, we might be friends. Trade quarterbacks.
maybe if they still had Cousins, right? Too bad he's playing in
he's
Las Vegas.
Yeah, he's in Las Vegas now.
All right, so another home game against the Panthers.
We're going to win that game.
All right, we got a Thursday night game at the Patriots, who just played in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, I think the Patriots may win that one. I'm going to go for a win for Patriots.
All right, so a Sunday night home game against the Lions.
We're going to win it.
And then another home game against the Commanders, and we don't know when it's going to be. It's going to be sometime week 16 they'll play.
I think we're going to win against the Commanders also.
All right, and now we're playing at the Jets, day after my birthday.
I'm going to say we're going to win against the Jets.
All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 and 7. That could make the playoffs.
Because you already said the Bears.
Yeah.
Jeez, the way he was going there, I thought he was having us at 3 and
I even suit up. Back to training camp.
boy, I was about ready to go to sleep there.
All right, so you would definitely have the lowest win-loss of any of us.
Really?
Yeah, so
Twist wins.
We'll have a lot more faith in them this year.
yeah, so Dad picked 15 and 2. The only losses were at the Bucks and at the Packers, and then both John and I were 14 and 3.
Nice.
And for some reason, no, we do have difference. I did pick them to lose at the Bears, and I think I made the joke when we made this pick that I might be joining you on the bandwagon.
Well, there you go. See, I'm not the only one not drinking the purple Kool-Aid.
But yeah, and I guess anything can happen, right? I mean, it's gonna be like you said. I expected last season to be better than it was.
It's going to be really good.
But again, that was the offensive line, the quarterback issues,
A lot of drop.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on. I mean,
Really.
a lot of stuff happens, but it just seemed like there was a lot of turmoil and a lot of challenges that even with the Vikings, don't often see. So, any other thoughts on the schedule, Tom? Or
No, I'm good on the schedule.
all right, so then we'll take a look back at this at the end of the season and kind of see where we stack up with what actually happens.
Well,
I mean, hopefully, I'm not right.
I think what we ought to do is a 2.0, maybe sometime during training camp or right after training camp or whatever. Do a 2.0, see if we change our,
After training camp, you're saying?
or toward the end of training.
I would say let's do that. Like if we're gonna do that, we'll do it before the first home game or before the season starts, after the last preseason game.
Yeah, we'll actually be able to see, how everybody's doing.
That'd be a lot easier for
Then,
prediction.
well, compared to our early to tell prediction to still early but close or whatever. Yeah. Then we'll
And,
see how we turn out at the end of the season.
so the camp starts on August 1st. We'll start previewing the current roster. We'll start with the offense. I mean, there's 91 players since they got that extra since they have the international player on the roster. Yeah, just kind of introduce, reintroduce for ourselves what the roster looks like now, and then as we get closer, we'll talk about at some point during training camp, like what the 53 final roster will be, and we'll do what we did last year. We'll kind of guess who the practice squad players are going to end up being. Any final thoughts?
No, I think that'll work out good.
Good.
Well, hope everyone has a great 4th of July.
Yeah,
Do you want?
you guys as well. Dano, I think I'm going to see you Saturday, right?
Yep. We'll be over there.
Chicken just coming out of everywhere. Fridge, freezer, crock pot, oven, smoker. Actually, there's going to be pork. No chicken involved.
Thank goodness. I'm not a chicken fan.
No,
Oh,
not at all.
you're not, huh?
If you invited him to come over,
In fact, I do my best to bury the turkey.
Yeah, just to watch him sit there and try to bury the fowl down below in the deepest parts of the freezer as he could.
Well, I'm not a big turkey or chicken fan or turkey fan myself. I'd prefer the pig or the cow.
yeah.
Same here. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
you should have seen it when Lene was living here. Holy buckets between her mother and her. It's like, what the hell you guys buying chicken for? Because I didn't want to put it away. And there's already 3 big packages of turkey or chicken and whatever. Then you get a whole
Out of all the animals, that's why.
huh?
The cheapest meat out of all the animals.
Unless you start making videos on how to make good food with it, then they up the price.
Yeah, like wings are expensive because wings became a thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they couldn't give them away before.
We
They went from $5 a pack to $13 a pack now.
we bought this what you call it slab of New York strips. I cut them in New York strip steaks.
Yeah.
One thing I found out, I definitely have to cut them thicker. Otherwise, because that shit shrinks on the grill. It's like as soon as it gets hotter, it'll look like that. It's you can't grill it and get the flavor. It's like damn near. Put it on there, then flip it over and take it off.
Gotta sear it first. Gotta sear it to lock it in, and then you grill it.
What?
New York strips are good, but I prefer the T-bones and the ribeyes over.
Yeah.
I like the little chuck eyes right in between the ribeye and the chuck. Those are good.
Yeah. Anyways,
So the moral of the story is Skol Vikings. Let's win the game.
go bikes.
All bikes at
Skol.
4th of July, everyone.
Yep, happy 4th.
Awkward eye contact. Awkward eye contact.